What's going on, everybody? How we doing? I love it when my camera does this. It's amazing. It's wonderful. Anyway, welcome to OTB Over the Barricade Wrestling Review Podcast with our WrestleMania Review Edition, everybody. I am your host. You can call me Beast. You can call me Beast Mode. You can call me Rose. You can call me Rose Mode. You can call me Rose Gold if you feel like it. However, whatever you call me, make sure you remember to add that I am your mama's favorite wrestling reviewer on the internet. Because I am. Go ask her, she'll tell you. Folks, like I said, we're here to discuss WrestleMania night one and night two. I do have some guests joining me, but they are not here yet. So when they get here, they will get here and they will, give their thoughts with me. But until then, it's just your boy. For those who don't know, myself, I was at WrestleMania night one in Las Vegas. Um, had an amazing time. Had an awesome time. Had amazing seats. Had two WrestleMania moments of my own. We will talk about it. We will talk about it all in a little while. But yeah, man. Um, let's. I mean, I don't want to jump right in until my guests arrive, but I kind of don't have a choice. But yeah, I really don't want to jump into it just yet because I want you guys to get not only my feedback, but also the feedback from my guests. And I think you guys are going to like who I got coming on. You will probably recognize them pretty much immediately. One is a longtime family. Well, they're both longtime family members, but one is one you haven't seen in a while, and one is one you haven't seen yet, making their debut here on the Over the Barricade weekly wrestling review podcast. Let me send a message real quick. We'll be right back after these messages, folks. Stand by. Always great to see the ladies, ain't it? um, like I said, we just waiting on my other two esteemed guests to hop on in. But yo, let's get into it a little bit. Oh, wait a minute. All right, folks, we have them both. First, let me fix my camera because I hate when it does this, but it is what it is. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado or don't, I give you my esteemed guests. One, Mr. Stu Heyman, and the other, my lovely wife. You will know as Val.
Good afternoon.
Hello, hello, you're on
Hello,
the air.
hello.
How
Good
are we
day.
doing? Good day to you, madam. So, we are here to discuss WrestleMania night one and night two.
Oh,
But I need to know, would you guys like to jump into what everybody probably pretty much wants to talk about, which is the main event of yesterday? Um, First, y'all
no.
want to jump into it? No? Just
I
go.
think I think it's such an important topic. I don't want it to overshadow the importance of the show that we were able to enjoy the most.
Indeed.
So I think we start from the top.
All right. So we start with night one, and that is the night that we were actually there for live.
Yes. Live seventh row. Shout out to Aaron's baby sister for providing us with a wonderful blessing and an experience like no other. Um, and an experience it was in every sense of the word. Yeah,
Absolutely.
it was wild,
Mm,
wild, but so
mm,
great,
mm, mm.
so great.
I mean, this weekend I'll get into like what Vegas was actually like and like our experiences and whatnot. But like yeah, today we just go talk about the shows. But yeah, this weekend I'll do another one, and I'm gonna tell y'all everything about Vegas.
Because there was lots. There was a
There's a
lot.
lot.
Yeah. And we were really thankful to be able to attend more than just Mania. So,
Yep,
yeah,
yep. Because we also went to SmackDown the night before.
Mania After Dark,
Hmm.
Mania World,
Yep.
great. Such an experience. So,
Yeah.
that's definitely a show on its own.
Yeah, so like I said, this weekend is this weekend for that. We gonna get into that.
Yeah.
Oh, but anyway, night one. First off, our opening match we had main event Jey Uso taking on the Ring General Gunter.
That's such a double-edged sword for myself personally.
I know it is.
I love both of them, and I have loved Gunther since he was Chubby Walter. It's the reality of it. So I know I was probably one of the only people there that was screaming for both of them, but I don't care. Those are my preferences. I'll yell for the both of them. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah.
Real quick. I have a question because we heard this criticism of Gunther before in our personal lives, but a couple of days ago, I actually saw it on in one of the groups I'm in on Facebook that Gunther, and I want your take on this first, Val. Gunther is just William Regal with chops.
Absolutely not. I'm sorry. And it's nothing against William Regal, but we're not going to do that. We're not. I think, and I think what happens, unfortunately, is people forget. And this is why I think the name change affected me personally. It's because if you are not a hardcore, I watch multiple promotions wrestling fan, you're not going to understand the weight, no pun intended, of Walter. Yeah. And the name change when he came to the main roster, it, even if you weren't a person who was going to watch NXT UK, which for me, quiet as kept, I watched that more than regular NXT when
She
it
did.
was alive
Yep.
and well.
She really
NXT
did.
UK was my bread and butter, heart and soul. Anybody who can make that statement clearly has not watched Ilya Dragunov and Walter 1 and 2. There's absolutely no way that you could have watched those matches and
Especially
make
one.
those ignorant statements. And yes, I called you ignorant if you've made it, because the man is masterful. He's masterful. Before you make statements, just get on YouTube if you can. At least get on YouTube. Look him up.
Like
Don't,
I
I
don't
mean,
like I just don't understand how you can make like okay, similar the only similarities between him and William Regal are the road, the music,
the build,
and say again,
somewhat the physique, the build now. I mean,
the build now,
yeah,
and there it is. That's it.
that's it.
Like when you really check, okay, was William Regal finishing people with multiple different finishers? No. Was William Regal like dominating people he wasn't supposed to dominate? I mean, Goldberg that one time, but we're not going to talk about that. But like they're, they're vast, they're worlds different from each other.
Yeah,
They're worlds different from each other. And honestly, I agree. If you can make that ignorant statement, and I'm agreeing, it is ignorant, you haven't seen any of Walter's body of work. Like I'm not even talking just NXT UK. Go watch him on the Indies. Go watch him in
yes,
WXW.
yeah,
Watch him in
Like
PWG.
like
yeah.
yes, PWG. Like watch him anywhere.
But I think
Okay,
that's my
you
whole,
think his chops are scary on Raw. They're terrifying on the Indies.
yeah, and I think that's my whole, point of mentioning NXT UK and who he was there, just because, okay, if you're only a WWE person, respect, that's your choice. But at least watch all of their product, yeah, to understand where he has come from just in the WWE alone.
Yeah.
I mean, that match is in my top 5 all favorite matches of all time. Is him and Ilya Dragunov Part 1. I will watch that match multiple times. And it is
And that
brutal.
and
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 it's
that match
so
was
much more than slaps to the chest. It's so much more than that.
and that match took place during the pandemic with no fans.
With no fans and still enthralled. William Regal couldn't have done that. Do you think?
I mean, not with the right opponent in his prime, possibly, but nah, not to that level.
No, I just can't agree with those types of statements against against Gunther. I think that's wild.
Yeah.
Okay, if y'all want to liken Gunther to William Regal, I'm gonna say this, and forgive me for mentioning this other person, but it is what it is. I have to. If you want to liken Gunther to William Regal, you have to liken him versus Ilya Dragunov to William Regal versus Chris Benoit in WCW because them two used to tear lumps out of each other.
Yeah. And again, takes nothing away from William Regal, but we can't just make base statements off of what? The fact that they have a very similar build and a very, and here's the thing though,
Similar theme song and robe.
well, and here's the thing though, but in my personal opinion, when you have that type of talent and you have that type of work ethic and that type of dedication, you don't always need the flash.
Mm-hmm.
He is
You
the
don't.
ring general.
Yeah.
That's his focus.
Yeah.
So that's why you get what you get when it comes to the simple trunks and the simple black and white robe. He doesn't need anything else.
No.
That's it.
Nope.
That's it. It's no, nothing else.
Whether people like it or not, it's Gunther. You don't. Gunther is old school.
Yes.
Gunther is 100% old school, and I think
He's a
that's what
throwback.
we've been needing in pro wrestling. Like he's unorthodox when it comes to the matches, when it comes to his wrestling style, versatile because you've seen him get off the top rope, do power bombs, do submissions, and things like that. Now the good thing is that there are going to be some people that stand up to him. Now it's just when they're going to show up.
Mm-hmm.
Because I can think of two that are free agents that have signed to WWE, but they just got to finish their tour of the islands.
I was about to cough his name out, but go ahead.
Mm-hmm. And if it's I mean, it'll also be a complete accolade to defeat him as well.
Yeah.
And listen, one thing you can count on is after they do defeat him, he will not fade to black.
No, he will not. And that's I think another reason why all of this heat about the match and the ending. I think that's the reason why I disregard it, because he is not that wrestler that is going to fade to black because
Okay,
he
so
took a
let's get it. So let's get into that. Let's get into the match ending of Gunther versus. First off, it was a great match.
great match.
We
Story
were there.
told an
Like
entire story.
crowd.
Yes.
Like I don't know how it came up. I haven't watched it back. I haven't watched night one back to hear how like certain things came off with the crowd on the broadcast, but the crowd was hot for the whole match when
To
we were
be
sitting there.
there and to have that energy, and the energy was coming from not just them, it was everywhere. And say what you want about Jey Uso, oh, it's
Not
just
a
because of the
not a
heat.
person in that arena was not there
No,
was not a person in that arena sitting down
no.
during his
And
entrance or after he won.
correct. And we're not going to take away from the fact that the man can wrestle. He can
Yes.
wrestle. And we're also not going to take away from the fact that, people talk about, oh, well, his moveset is so basic. Don't you realize that our genuine love for wrestling came from wrestlers that had very basic movesets and skills?
Mm-hmm.
So why is he different? If you want to idolize Hulk Hogan, if you want to if you want to idolize those type of wrestlers, Jey Uso, you can have a skill set that is not over the top and still perfect it and still put on an amazing show and I don't want to hear anybody say, well, he's terrible on the mic. Which mic? What mic are you
Who's
listening?
Mike?
Whose
Whose
mic?
mic is he terrible on?
I'm trying to understand that part of it. Okay, he submitted. Now, granted, I was quite shocked in the
Yeah.
moment that it was a tap out. Absolutely. One, that it was a tap out, but two, that it was a quick tap out. That was something that I didn't expect, but it didn't take away from my enjoyment of the match overall. I can't say that it ruined anything for me. It was just something that I didn't expect.
No, not at all. Like, I mean, you right when the ref rung the bell, the first thing I did was turn to you, shocked faced, and said, he tapped him.
Yeah. And I think that was everyone's
So yeah.
collective reaction. Um,
I was shocked, but it wasn't a bad thing for me. Like it made sense to the story. What has Gunther been doing to him for weeks? Choking him out. What did Gunther do to his brother? Choke him out. So what you think I'm gonna do to you? I'm going to choke you out
yeah,
with your own move.
absolutely.
It's
Absolutely.
it's poetic. It's cathartic. Like y'all need to chill. Y'all talking about he ain't got no move set. He shows you a different move and y'all are complaining. Chill. Stop. Stop. In the words of Tony Baker, stop.
Stop.
By the way, if you hear, yo gabba gabba in the
Mind your
back,
business.
disregard my toddler and anything he
Hmm.
happens to throw. Please disregard my toddler,
Facts.
our toddler.
Facts. Yeah.
But no, and honestly, what I appreciated, who is currently yeeting, by the way. Um,
Indeed.
You're welcome.
but what I can say is it definitely set the tone for the night. That match being first, initially I wasn't too sure, but I understood the reasoning for Punk and Seth and Roman to have that main event spot. But I can absolutely say
And it
this
showed by the
beginning,
end.
the opening set such a great atmosphere for the rest of the night. It just lifted everyone and it had the crowd so hyped. And just to start off with such an emotional win was huge. It was huge.
Absolutely.
I mean, if you can't start and finish your show hot, you failed. And night one,
Yeah.
Started
from
hot,
start,
finished hot.
started and finished hot.
Actually started hot, finished in flames.
There you go. Bottom line. Bottom line. Perfect.
I'm telling you, man. Like I already said it. The atmosphere was the crowd was rocking.
Yeah.
Like 61,000. I don't like whether that's the actual number or not. It don't matter. There was however many there was not a seated person
No, not
when
one.
when either during his entrance or when Jey
Yeah.
Uso won.
And
So
I'll say this.
all that online chatter, like y'all gotta shut up.
Yeah, that's
Y'all gotta
noise.
stop.
And Jimmy coming out to support
Yeah.
was the cherry
On the chair on the cake.
cherry on top.
Yeah.
Now I will say there was a split second.
We all thought
A split
because he was
second.
wearing all black.
And he
Hmm.
picked up that
He picked
belt
up
and I
that
was
belt.
like, don't you
Don't you
do it.
Not on Mania, you won't.
Not tonight, damn it.
Not
No, but
I was Michael Cole. I was Michael Cole when Dean Ambrose turned on Seth in the crowd. I was like, damn it, Jimmy, not tonight, not on this night.
yeah, not tonight. So I just I just can't find anything that could have ruined that would make that made that match horrible for me. I can't do that. It just wasn't
No,
bad.
like
Did
there
much better
wasn't
than last.
anything bad.
Yes, in that
Did much better than last year.
give me some. That
Yeah.
is an observation.
Much better.
That
than
was
last
so redeeming
Yeah.
for Jay.
year.
So redeeming.
Yeah.
Because
Yes,
Jimmy wanted to put on a great show.
Mhm.
And
think
unfortunately,
about it.
all we got were super kicks.
Yes.
Last year this time Jey Uso was in what everybody called the worst match of the weekend. Okay,
Look where he is now.
And that alone, that turnaround,
Yeah.
that's a full circle moment right there.
Mhm.
Full circle moment right there.
y'all don't look at shit like that. Come on,
You have
come
to step
on.
back sometimes. And, we're fans. We're all fans. None of us in this podcast currently, none of us are professionals in any of this, in any aspect.
There you go.
We are all fans, but you have to be able to be a fan and take a step back and look at things in an objective way.
Mhm.
Sometimes you can't just always be the mark.
Yeah.
We cannot just do that all the time.
You can't be the smart one all the fucking time. Like wrestling, wrestling, you're supposed to have a level of immersion.
Correct.
Okay,
Yeah.
you're supposed to have a level of immersion within the storylines, within the characters, within what you're seeing in
Mhm.
front of you. So why does it? I never understood this whole belief that people got to tear shit down because, like, for whatever reasons you make up, really, because honestly, because that's what it is. Like, y'all are
Yeah.
making up reasons to be mad, yo. Like,
Well, and you also have to look at it as you're looking at two wrestlers in the ring that have taken the time to reform themselves. Gunther and his physique.
Yeah.
And the way that he
Jay
has
and his
taken
physique too.
Jay and his physique, Jay and his everything. Because let's quiet as kept. Let's keep it 100. Who thought that we were going to be seeing Jay Uso in this moment and not Jimmy?
Facts.
Keep that real right now. When it came to them as a tag team, and when everyone had the conversation of when they split, if they split, not one soul,
not a single one,
thought it would be Jay, including me.
Including me too.
I thought it was going to be Jimmy. But the growth
that Jimmy had, he needed this storyline. Whether we like it or not, he needed this storyline. He needed this entire thing with Gunther. And then on top of thing, and then he wanted, no, not even he wanted. He needed this way. He needed the I don't want to say the assassination, but the assassination of Jimmy. We needed to see this Jay Uso.
Yeah. Because we know he's about his blood. We know that. So the best way to get at him is through his blood. And there's no other way than the one that shared the womb with you.
Yeah.
That's a different kind of blood.
And then you saw that promo that he did, and it was, bro, that was, yeah.
And that's my other thing. He can give you entertainment, funny. He can give you hot-headed. He can give you heart and soul. He can make you cry. That is one man who can evoke all of those emotions. And you want to tell me he's not champion material? That's all I got to say.
I mean, I'm in agreement with I'm in agreement with all of it. But we got some comments, so let's take a look at some of them.
What we got?
From Tori S. Griffin, what's up, sir?
What's Regal right now?
He says Gunther is William Regal in the right time. I mean, like I said, we talked about what their similarities are, but like I said, they're very different. They're very, very different.
Well, I think what happens is the way that Tori just said it, he puts a positive spin on it. Nobody is meaning it in a positive way. Anybody else, when they're mentioning that, I don't take it as them saying it in a complimentary way. I look at them trying to do it as a dig, to say that he's basic, because I've heard that about William Regal from a lot of people, fans that think that he was basic. But the way Tori spins it, yeah, in a positive way, but I don't think that's the way, unfortunately, that a lot of people are taking it.
Yeah.
I don't think that's how they're meaning it. That's not their intention behind the word.
All right, let's see. We got another one here. John May, what's going on, bro? He says Gunther tapped out quick to Dragunov in NXT UK. Yeah, he did. And like every time, like Gunther's tapped out to Ilya Dragunov 3 times, folks. No, he's tapped out 3 times. My bad. 2 were to Ilya Dragunov. 1 was to Jay on Saturday. And every time he did so, he tapped out quick. Like, I don't understand why y'all are mad. Y'all are literally, whoever's mad at it is literally just mad because he did so to Jey Uso.
Correct.
And they deem Jey Uso a lesser wrestler. But like, y'all gotta, again, I've said it. Y'all gotta chill.
Yeah, concur.
HMPD Josh Perry. He said, "Well, that's a new viewer.
Well, hello.
Welcome." He says he likes the Bloodline, Role Model Bailey, and the Bella Twins. We got to work on your favorites, bro. But you know, to each their own.
We can all have our own opinions.
No disrespect to the Bloodline or Bailey, but it was that last one. It was that last one. Antonio, what up, boy?
Yes, sir.
And let's see. He also had another one. When people don't get what they want, They bitch. Wrestling is supposed to be an escape from reality.
You
Exactly.
would think. Now, here's the thing. You would think that, but because wrestling fans are so fickle, thank you, Daniel Bryan, they don't know what they want. I want this. Oh, I want that. Like, let's be for real. Wrestling fans are so fickle. They pick and choose who they want as their favorite wrestler, all because of their political beliefs.
Say that one more time.
All because of their political beliefs. But then again, Terry done hung himself. But that's neither here nor there. I mean, Terry done, Terry
for
kind of
him though, it's more than politics. There's a list. Run it down.
It was a W.
Yeah, like that's what happened. Yeah, I know. We don't like him either.
Our son is concurrent. He'll do that from time to time.
Like,
Yes,
it's
he's
just
not a fan of Terrence.
because, like, dude, like, then it's like, then they wanted to talk about, then they want to, they want to cancel Roman because of who he voted for. Like, shut up.
Like, listen,
WrestleMania
if we
is
gonna
where,
cancel Roman for who he voted for, then stop watching WWE because I said if you gonna cancel Roman because of who he voted for, then just stop watching WWE because hate to break it to you, a lot of your favorites voted for the guy, but like I said, we don't get into politics here on
no, we're not going to get to
the
politics.
family.
The problem is that there's so much backstage politics in professional wrestling.
Yes.
So much backstage politics in professional wrestling, they don't know who to go for. Like, WrestleMania is where it's not about alignments. It's not about heel or face. It's how you are. And then a lot of like Las Vegas really made it known, hey man, this is who we want because they deserve it.
Yeah. Well, and I think it's too, we're also in a time where reality is the stage inside scoop. So there are times, unfortunately, where it's never going to be just about the wrestling because of that. Because that's what's wanted, unfortunately, by people at times. They want to know what's happening in the background.
They want to know.
Folks, forgive our cameras. They don't want to stand up.
Yeah.
And they like to turn sideways like they're the rock. And technically you got to love technology in this day and age. You have to love it. But anyway, after that match we had the New Day versus the Viking Raiders. Excuse me, the War Raiders. My God. Um, yeah, versus the War Raiders for the World Tag Team Championships. What did you guys each think of this match? Y'all know what I thought of it because I was sitting right next to you. So
I can't say it was my favorite.
nope.
They've sponsored 2 video games and then Gorilla Gonzalez. Giant Gonzalez. I am good.
Yeah.
That's how.
Yeah.
The fact that you called him Gorilla Gonzalez, I'm calling him that from now on.
It just didn't give me anything.
Like, they gave the Raiders cardboard gear.
Yeah.
It gave me dissatisfaction because the fucking New Day won.
Roadblocks. You hear?
Now, I will say thankful that it was not the first match of the night. Because that's not the way I would have wanted it to start. That would have deflated for me. It would have deflated the evening.
You want to know what I would have been okay with happening? Because I heard this pitched and I would have been okay with it. Let's say Big E came out, right? we think he's gonna stop the New Day from going over, and then he ends up turning with them,
Would have been nice.
I would have watched that.
I would have too.
And
and then he actually does become their manager as the tag team champions.
Well, and the thing is, I think that would also kind of tie into the idea that the final match of night 2
Yes.
is setting that tone. Um, not giving the fans always what they want. So
Hmm.
they had have done that. One, it would have definitely made it more entertaining and will tell a better story long term. And it would have also tied into, if that is going to be the theme,
then that is going to be the theme.
then that is going to be the theme. And I think I think in this moment, I would have been okay more with that ending of night 2 had that happened during night 1, because it would have made things a bit cohesive in that sense for the future, for the long storytelling.
Like honestly, I if Biggie is not is Biggie is really not gonna be medically cleared to come back, I feel like that's the best way to move forward with the New Day storyline.
Well, I mean, WWE, well, Becky Lynch.
Because honestly, I feel like at first they started it with the idea that he was gonna come back eventually, but now that he's even reported himself that it it just don't look good that he's ever really gonna come back. I feel like that's how you move forward. Just turn him heel and have him go back with them. Your hand is up. Go ahead. Floor recognizes Mr. Heyman.
Can't say that because of course they're gonna swerve everybody. I mean, look at it. If you look at night 2, somebody said that they weren't gonna wrestle, and then look where they are now.
Wait. Yeah. Well, like yeah. Well, exactly. But she honestly, I said myself that. Look at the words she said. She said she wasn't wrestling right now. That could literally mean right now for the foreseeable future, right now today, right now this minute. You know, like that could mean any damn thing.
It was vague.
So
It was vague to be safe and
exactly,
not spoil what was to come. That's how I
you
look at it.
know, yeah. But yeah, I wasn't a fan of the New Day winning, and the match itself overall had its flaws.
I mean,
But you know, the
hey,
crap. I mean, it was second for a reason. So
let's be on. Let's look at the good thing. I mean, let's be honest. Black men have won the championship in WrestleMania. It's been a while.
indeed, indeed.
Last person that did it was Good God, Bobby Lashley.
Oof. Oof.
Wait, wait, almost. He won a tag title at WrestleMania with AJ Styles.
Okay.
Okay, fair. Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, yeah. That match just what it was what it was for me.
Yep.
Well,
Um,
so if we want to keep it real, they should, instead of putting it on SmackDown, they should have put
yep. Go ahead, say it. Say it.
that should have been the tag match we got at Mania.
We should have got that TLC match
Yes.
instead of this match. You're absolutely right.
I think that's what we should have gotten instead.
You're
Hey,
absolutely right.
so you know
This
what?
match could they could have saved this match for tonight.
Because here's the thing. If we're going off of just entertainment alone,
Mhm.
that it would have fit perfectly. We wouldn't be having this conversation if that was the match. This would be
Paul, I think that was a definite misstep on your part, my
having
G.
a conversation if that was the tag match that we received.
If.
Yeah, if.
Big word.
And I can say this, sitting in the arena for SmackDown, I heard multiple people around me say, why is this not on the Mania main card?
Yep.
So
Next.
Next. Oh yeah, yeah. As you can see, my voice still has not recovered, so
Yep.
I shouldn't do things like that.
They're better than this. Believe you me, they were better than this. This one barely had it.
Yeah, it's coming back, but it wasn't there.
I mean, true. I mean, cards on the table. Truth be told, my voice was gone after SmackDown, so
Yeah,
so WrestleMania just compounded.
yeah.
Um, what was the third match? The third match was
Hold on, wait a minute. I'm looking. Oh, the
was
shirt that
that was
Jacob Fatu
yes,
and LA Knight.
no,
yeah.
no,
Av, Jacob Fatu and average height. Yeah.
So, yeah, one of the great things, and we will talk about it when we discuss our actual Vegas trip, was the opportunities that we had to meet and be literally this close to wrestlers. And LA Knight, I was literally like this walking to Mania After Dark. And my first thing that I said was, Aaron, you're taller than LA Knight, I think.
I
I
am.
that, but I digress.
I
Just
mean,
say,
I still probably can't whoop his ass, but
hell
you know,
no.
you know,
But
I got at least 3 inches on it.
I was surprised.
So
Yeah, but
shut up, Stu. Shut up, Stu.
quite happy about Jacob. Quite happy about Jacob.
very happy. Well
I
deserved.
think Jacob.
Things I found out real quick before, and I don't mean to cut you off, man. I'm sorry, but the person that designed his werewolf mask for his entrance, that was the guy was Bray Wyatt's mask designer for the Fiend.
That makes it so much sweeter.
Yep.
That
Yep.
hits. Yeah,
Yeah.
that hit.
So that was dope. The fact that he won the United States. Yes, folks, I'm just gonna say it. We have a brand new United States champion in the Samoan werewolf, Jacob Fatu. And Lord, the fact that Haku jumped the barricade to celebrate with him. Like, yo, this shit was layered.
Don't stop
This
Haku.
shit was a layered greatness for
Yeah,
me.
I think for me, Jacob Fatu stepped into the WWE. No, let me change that. The fucking door down. Excuse my language.
Yep. Yes, he
And
did.
made such an impression.
Such an impact.
Oh, and for me personally, I've never been that person who's watched wrestling and been like, "Ooh, that's frightening." But Jacob Fatu, baby, whoa, that. And we have the privilege of seeing him and Solo's bloodline out of as a, at a SmackDown here in Jax,
Yeah.
and explosive.
Mm-hmm.
And there was never a question in my mind that he should not have the opportunity or that he should not have won, because that's just raw. It's just raw.
It
And
is. Everything about him.
yeah. And I know there are people that don't care for him on the mic, but
Which I don't understand.
yeah, the energy and the conviction. And then if you look at him outside of being Jacob Fatu and you see who he is there, it's so conflicting.
Yeah.
But that goes to show you he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
He believes in his character that much.
And he's not even at full potential.
Like, this is literally the start.
Yeah. And this is like, so for all these, oh yeah, here coming. So for all these WWE spot monkeys, watch Jacob Fatu versus Penta. I'm not gonna say nothing else. Watch.
And no, he doesn't mean in the WWE because it hasn't happened in WWE yet. but
Watch
I
Jacob.
believe it wasn't. I believe it. Where was it? House of Glory or MLW?
It was MLW. Bruh, just look at MLW.
Listen to me. My first exposure to Jacob Fatu was MLW.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have been like prior to where we live now. We used to live somewhere else, and I used to be in the garage. I used to be watching MLW in there, and every time I came out, the first name out of my mouth to my wife was Jacob Fatu.
Every time.
Because Jacob Fatu is money. Whether people like it or not, Jacob Fatu is money. And no, not because he's a Samoan.
No.
No, not because he's from that whole entire family.
No.
Because of how he grinded just
Yes.
to get to it.
Yes.
And and like we said, the moment they got rid of the I Love You solo, that's when I knew, oh, we about to get Jacob for real.
Yeah. Yeah. And and the thing is, it's not even a matter of because he's a part of that. He's just a.
Yeah.
He's just that guy.
Yeah, he's just that guy.
I almost said he's just a beast. He's just that.
No, bump that. Say it. Go ahead.
Just a beast.
I give it to him.
Yes, and then to watch him live, and here's the thing: he's another person that has transformed himself in a lot of ways. I don't know if people know what he was like before. That man, he has changed his physique and gotten so.
I can talk about this because I know him personally. Let me tell you about this bastard. He chunky bastard. And what made me so mad was that, yes, I get it. He trying to keep the whole like Fatu Samoan dynasty and whatnot. He was bigger than that.
Yeah, he was.
Completely bigger.
Yeah.
And now with WWE, they're like, all right, let's work on you. Let's look like, and I get it because it's Triple H. Triple H is like, if you're going to be a beast, it's time for you to look like one. And they went to WrestleMania. I went to one last year. So just seeing Jacob after such long years, he wasn't gonna say he was in WWE, but I was just like, "You gonna get your weight up?" Yeah, I got to. Oh, okay. And then leave it at that, because WWE, like, get it? Voldemort, like big beefy man,
big sweaty man.
Yes.
Wait, Valda McMahon.
Yes. Valda McMahon.
That's good.
Valda McMahon. Because him with mustache now. Yeah.
Oh, God.
So, look like a whole Mexican. Sorry.
Don't disrespect Mexicans like that.
Facts.
Okay.
Dominic should slap you.
My bad. But just to see for Jacob, and I'm glad that he changed his life because, like he said, wrestling saved. And I say this to anybody else: wrestling saves lives, and more ways than one,
and for more than just the wrestlers.
Yeah, more than
absolutely.
So,
absolutely.
Congrats to him. Congrats to the way that. Listen, after he did the moonsault twice, we was like, "Oh, he winning that."
Yep.
And the fact that moonsault like a cruiserweight should tell you something. What the fuck is he smoking?
And he is a bit real.
Yeah.
You know what I find? You know what I find funny? You know what I find hilarious, actually?
What?
For all intents and purposes, Jacob Fatu and Tiffany Stratton have the same finisher.
Well, shit.
Yeah. Y'all never thought about it, did you?
I ain't mad at that though.
Yeah, no.
Me neither.
Ain't mad at that
because under Valda McMahon, he would have never allowed two people to have the same finisher.
Hashtag Valda McMahon.
I need a shirt.
Yes.
I'm telling you that's how we from this day forward, he is Valda McMahon.
That's good. But no, I think
shirts coming soon, folks.
Nothing to take away from LA Knight. Nothing to take away from him.
At all. I love LA Knight.
He's a great wrestler. But it was just time.
Yeah, it was.
And I think it was time before it got old. Mm-hmm. So we can still say that about LA Knight and not have negative feelings toward it. I think that was a really great example of how you move a title. That transition, I think, was a really great way to show that. I liked it. I loved it. In fact,
We all
nothing against Codester,
no,
because I love Codester,
but
but
case in,
and I may shock y'all when I say this.
right. We listen.
I think they should start building LA Knight to be the one to take the title off Cena.
That's your husband.
well, we can definitely discuss that at a later date on another show in depth.
We will. I know that means you disagree. However,
No, it doesn't mean I disagree. It means I would like more elaboration so I can make an educated statement response. That's what it means.
no problem. Can I explain a little bit?
Poquito.
Oh, God.
He's been in the mid card long enough.
Okay.
All right.
The baby agrees.
Yes. Yep.
Thank you.
The baby,
Yeah.
baby,
Got
you run with it. Okay. Cool. Cool.
cool.
All right, what we got
Like
next?
I understand him not taking it off Roman, but he can definitely be built to take it off Cena.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But again, this weekend.
Uh,
I'm,
and I'm sharing this. Save the photos.
no, you gotta take the hair, remove the nose. We gotta juice it.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay.
All right, what we got
Guys,
next?
zhuzh it up. Guys, zhuzh it up.
Yes.
Speaking of Tiffy,
It's Tiffy time.
because the way that she
Wait. We jumping the gun.
next match.
That was the next match.
Jade
What was
and
that?
Naomi.
Ah, shoot.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I think I just got excited because Stu,
Yeah.
he said Tiffy, so I like to holler at Tiffy time. Okay,
I
so
feel you.
let me may I
Black
start?
on black
May I start?
crime.
Let me
Jesus.
start.
Please. That I did that so you could start.
Thank you, dog. Thank you, my love. So here's my thing. I am a supporter of Black female wrestlers.
Thank you.
I'm going to root for you no matter what. And this was hard because I'm literally at Mania wearing a Jade t-shirt
Thank God.
Yep.
because they weren't selling any Naomi merchandise in
Anywhere, bro.
station for another,
Anywhere.
but had her on multiple billboards. But we can't sell a daggone shirt, anyways. Not even a wristband, a glow stick. Moving on. I'm upset about that.
Some caution tape. Something.
Something. I like that. Caution tape.
Caution tape.
I supported them both throughout the entire match, just like I did with Gunther and Jay. That's just who I am, and I'm gonna do that. Now, I wanted Naomi to win. I really like her
As did I.
right now, and I think it definitely plays honestly. And people might not like what I say, but I wore the woman's shirt, so I'm gonna be honest on both sides of it. I do think it played into what Jade's holdups are right now, and she is still a rookie in WWE. She is. And I'm saying that from someone who didn't even care for her when she was in AEW. I
Did
did.
not care for her
I
at
did.
all.
But I bought your shirt when you came to the WWE, and I support you. But I have to be honest in saying I don't think this was the night that should have been hers.
What's up, Bob?
And I don't think it's over. I'll also say that I don't think that it's over. I think that they're going to continue. And I think it's appropriate for them to continue because Naomi needs to get that lick back. Because if you don't, it null and voids everything she just said. That woman cut the promo of her life.
Yeah.
Tears and all. And I don't give a shit what anybody says. Those tears were real.
Two of them.
Two
You
of
got two of
them
them.
were real. Because everything she said was real. That was legit. It was. And if you're truly watching it, if you're truly paying attention, Jade has had a history of botching in the WWE.
Yep.
And we've literally watched her look at Bianca and say, I'm sorry. So I don't think this should have been her moment. I think it should have been Naomi's moment. I support the both of them. I love them both. They're very talented, beautiful women, athletes. But I just don't think that the night needed to belong to Jade. I just don't. Not this night, not that night. Another night, but not that one. Not
Jay
that
should have won that. Jay should have won that backlash.
fair.
That's fair.
Fair. I'll take it. I'll
Jay
take
should
it.
have won that backlash.
You know
Yep.
what it gave me? It kind of made me feel the way I used to feel every time they fed Bianca to Shayna Baszler in NXT.
Oof.
I will say this for Jade. While it scared the ever loving fuck out of me, because again, we know about Jade sometimes with them botches. That spin around power bomb was impressive,
It was. It was. And
but it scared the ever loving fuck out of me.
I think it was to help showcase I'm not a rookie, but baby, you are, and it's okay.
It's
And
quite.
also, honestly, it not only scared the ever loving fuck out of me. I don't know if you heard it, babe, but there was a collective ooh in the crowd
Yeah.
when when she did the whole when she started the whole spin around.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Yeah.
Like everybody clenched for a minute, and then she executed, and they were like, okay, ooh.
Oh shit.
But yeah, Jade should have won that backlash. Like Naomi should have won this one, but that doesn't take away from it being a great match.
Yeah. No, I totally concur. But it was a good match.
Yeah, it was.
I'm not
Yes,
about Naomi's new intro music. I thought that
yeah,
person that didn't hit.
yeah. Naomi, you got a little Def Rebel there,
It was
sis.
very generic. That didn't hit the way it needed to. Sorry, we're having some technical stuff. We want to make sure we can stay on. Um,
Hmm.
but yeah, it didn't hit the way I think it needed to for me personally.
Speaking of Def Rebel on a tangent, real quick. I will say for them, they're not completely terrible
No,
because I, for one, I'm gonna tell you this right now. Yeah, I said it. I said it in Johannesburg. I said it. The Street Profits current theme song is leagues better than their last one.
I like it. I like the music.
I said it, damn it.
Yeah. I think they've been very lucky in that their music both ways has fit their characters very well. Because that doesn't happen
Exactly.
against
That
no.
that I did like their last theme song.
Yeah, yeah.
However, their one it was time for a change, and two, it needed to be harder because that's their characters now.
Yes. Yeah. It can't always be fun and games. Sometimes
Like I like and honestly, I can play that theme song riding through the hood and not have and not feel weird.
yeah. I mean, I'm gonna do that regardless, depending on
Yeah,
who.
facts. Yeah, I've played Judas riding through the hood, like
I've
blasting. So
Young always been on repeat, and I blast it, and I really don't care what anyone thinks about me at the stoplights.
same.
Don't care.
I'm sure I'm on somebody's TikTok.
Probably.
All
But no, I think
right.
I think Jay definitely showed that she's learning, and I think Naomi definitely showed that she is a staple. Whether people want to believe it or not, she is. And get the daggone shirt. Moving on.
You're not wrong. But speaking of moving on, now it is Tiffy
Tiffy
time.
time. So I have some really strong opinions and feelings.
Again,
I do.
I'm letting you start.
All right. I'm just gonna get it out. Yes, I'm about to be a wrestling fan that's complaining. Okay. All right.
Hmm.
I've never been a fan of Charlotte.
Me
Never.
neither.
I've never been a fan. But my biggest issue with Charlotte, it's not even so much Charlotte's fault, I guess you could say. I've never been, and this will tie into night 2 and the women's tag match. I've never
Hmm.
been a fan of people just coming back, whether it's from injury or just because, and immediately getting the big push. I don't like it. And I say that because, especially now, okay? So I'm going to say this now and I'm going to repeat myself later. There is too much female talent backstage for us to be hung up on Charlotte Flair. I'm not saying that she has done anything wrong. Now, do I think she's a great wrestler? I don't.
Can you say it one more time, please?
Yes, I said there's too much talent in the women backstage in this era that we are in female and women's wrestling for us to just always rest our laurels on Charlotte Flair. I don't agree. Now, I'm not a fan of her wrestling specifically. She is an athlete, but I've never been a fan of her wrestling. That's how I feel about her wrestling. But I just feel like it took the wind out of my sails at the Rumble because we knew what was going to happen. We knew
To
that
the
she,
wind out of all to the
but
wind
there
out of all of
were
ourselves,
so many
honestly.
women that could have eaten that opportunity alive in the best way. Why, Charlotte? And then I do
But
believe,
real
I
quick, Bobby, we talked about that. I'm a double back for you on that.
yeah,
But yeah, continue.
I do believe that they did not expect the crowd to have the reaction to her that they did in booing her initially. And I think they had to pivot.
Which which again I don't understand. How do
But
you
no,
not expect Charlotte
be-
flipping
why?
Flair to
Because,
get booed, especially with the vignettes y'all were running on her?
but
She was already coming back a cocky bitch. How were you expecting her to get cheered?
because she's Charlotte Flair. And here's my thing with that. Um, Tiffany,
I'm leaving it up there.
it's not a matter. It's not
I'm leaving that right there, this entire
garbage
thing.
and was. It's not even a matter so much of it being a new blonde in town. It's not about that. I'm not looking at it about physique. I'm not looking at it as what the persona that they're trying to push. I'm strictly looking at it from an athletic position, from wrestling, from work put in. It just doesn't always have to be that way. So I think the fans have now gotten an understanding with the women that we have. It doesn't have to be that way. And so she did not get the reaction she was expecting. And then she really didn't know what to do with herself when they turned on her in her face and she didn't know what to do with all of that negative energy coming at her. I just don't get it and I don't appreciate it. I don't care for it. I just don't. I think I would have been really upset had she won night 1. I would have been really upset because Tiffany wouldn't have deserved that. And she's worked too hard.
Way too
That's how I
hard.
feel. Too hard. And baby girl, let me tell you something. Tiffany said, okay, I'm going to get my tooth fixed, then go to the press conference. Listen,
It
that's a G. Bottom line,
is.
I just do not care. On top of not caring for Charlotte as a wrestler, I just do not care for the way that they do that in the WWE. I'm just not a fan. I'm not saying that any, people have to come back and start from scratch again, but damn, immediately.
Don't come back and just be thrust right into the spotlight.
Like, look how many women y'all just threw her in front of. Are you serious? And I feel the exact same way when it came to night 2 in the women's tag match, and we'll get to it. But I
Let me
did
let me
put on a
let
good.
me ask So let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Do you think it would have been a better story? And I'm only asking this because she's the person that Charlotte eliminated to win the Women's Royal Rumble.
Okay.
Do you think it could have been a better story and I mean, doubtlessly a better match, but what do you think if it were Tiffany versus Roxanne Perez?
I don't know if I can say that it would have gotten the same hype because unfortunately, there's still a lot of people who only watch the main roster. And so they don't understand Roxanne Perez and what she is.
Ignorant bastards.
Right. And that's the honest truth about it. That's the business side of it.
Right.
Talent aside, that's
Uncultured
the business
swine.
of it.
Mm-hmm. Like I said, woo, yes. So these marks, these WWE stands,
Do you feel strongly?
I do. Like with every fiber of my being, oh my gosh, WWE. Oh, I don't know where Kevin Owens came from. Watch Ring of Honor.
Oof.
Or, oh man, this Shinsuke Nakamura. Watch New Japan. Like, forget y'all want to be WWE marks? Here's the thing. Triple H watches indie wrestling.
Has to.
That's why he's very respected in the world of wrestling. That is number one.
Real quick, what's stopping you? Come on.
Let's go, brother. This is the family meeting podcast.
Yeah, come on.
Let's go. The family is meeting.
Yeah, that's right. Fuck a bitch. But they do too much. It's like y'all remember the episode of South Park where it was the war between Nintendo and Sony, Nintendo,
Yep,
Xbox, and
I
PlayStation.
do.
That's basically what this is.
I wasn't allowed to watch South Park. My mom is Pentecostal.
Well, you can watch it tonight.
My mama Jamaican. I was definitely allowed to watch South Park.
Now I'm 38. I don't have it in me to watch South Park now. No.
But I say all that to say WWE, y'all stop. I don't care. Like WWE, there's more to life than WWE. There's more to life than AEW. Like, bro, touch grass. Half of y'all talking about something. Oh, what's AAA? What's AAA? Now y'all want to know what AAA is.
Well, and that's kind of how I feel when it comes to like, again, back to okay.
Shit. Oh my God! Now that you mentioned AAA, I remember we forgot a match, but we'll double back to it.
We'll double back. It goes back to like, okay, let's look at it like this: Chelsea Green.
There you go, man.
Do you know who Chelsea Green is?
Yeah.
Hello, Lucha Underground. Let me tell you something.
Reclusa.
These fans of WWE, it's very much so. I want to be a doctor and have medical opinions, but I only went to night school. No. It's exhausting.
Say it louder, BC.
Tiffy is the beauty that Charlotte was supposed to be. I mean, Lucha Kaiser is doing very well.
Cheers.
Now, if you want to talk about WWE stuff, Piper Niven and oh jeez.
Put my baby back in her singlet.
No, give her back the
Viper.
The secret Hervis came from ICW.
Yep.
In Scotland.
Yeah.
So did Drew.
Oh, that's saving me.
Yeah.
I mean, folks, she's not often here. I had to do it, and I had to mention him at least once. I've told y'all she hates Drew McIntyre. I can't wait till we get tonight too for that match. I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna let her do it.
She don't like Drew McIntyre?
She hates him. Don't like him.
His house.
Don't like him. She hates him.
You want her to exit?
That so is.
Get your bags. I do not.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's been real.
You keep your ass right there.
You stay right here.
Exactly.
But no. It's like a lot a lot of these quote, I don't even want to. They're not even wrestling fans. To be perfectly honest, they're just WWE loyals. They are just Beyonce fans at this point.
Oh my God, not Beyonce fans.
Y'all just be
Don't have the beehive on my ass, bro. Do not have the beehive on my ass.
It's the WWE hive. Let's be for real.
God.
Like, bro, like y'all need to watch other feds. Like, bro, Lucha Underground. If y'all want to really talk about what kind of lucha, a lot of these WWE like new people went to Lucha Underground. Rey Mysterio went to Lucha Underground. Ricochet went to Underground.
Barrett went right before it shut down.
Yep. Barrett went. Oh, I'll even do you one better. Yeah. Dang it. What name here?
Is that my boy? Is that my boy?
It is the Family Meeting Podcast.
Yeah. Oh, see, you did that yourself.
Ladies and gentlemen, making an appearance, not his debut, because he's been on here before.
Baby Beast.
Making an appearance is Baby Beast Mode.
So yeah, I mean, all said and done, bro. Like WWE real loyalists. They're not real loyalists, because if they were, they would watch promotions. They would watch who the wrestlers are. Like y'all are some Sami Zayn fans, but y'all not El Generico fans.
That's a hell of a statement right there.
It's the difference between WWE fans and wrestling fans. And that
wait. Babe, I want your opinion on that right there.
What?
Drew is the beast Sheamus was supposed to be.
Okay, so let me just listen.
Let me pat my bands right now.
Here's my thing, right? I don't know. Drew McIntyre, for me, it's one of those situations where I don't necessarily, it's just something about him and his character that I just don't, it's just not entertaining for me. It's just not. Now, I think he's quite hilarious.
He look like he stink? He look like he stink?
No, I just don't. I feel like, you know what it is? I think it's too gimmicky for me. I think there are gimmicks in wrestling and in WWE, but his, for some reason, it just isn't entertaining to me.
It doesn't stand out.
It doesn't stand out, and it gives Vince McMahon just likes big, sweaty men. Like,
well, hold on. When he first started, he wasn't big and sweaty.
That's fair, but But when he first started, did he have the hype and recognition?
No.
Okay, he got it when he did what?
Okay.
Got big and sweaty.
And left.
Okay.
My child.
And got fired. And when he got fired.
And when he got fired. I just, and here's the thing. I actually would like to like Drew McIntyre. I would like to.
I would too.
I would like him.
Y'all liked him when he was 3MB.
But I didn't care for Damian Priest at first.
True. I remember that, yo. She did not like Damian Priest.
Not my vibe.
That's what I'm saying. I can't wait till we get to night 2 and hear how you felt about that match.
Yeah, let's wait. Let's wait. What? Where were we?
We was at what match y'all at?
Oh wait, yeah. Oh yeah, the one we forgot. Rey Fénix versus El Grande Americano.
Yeah. That is Chad Gable, by the way.
Is it?
Yes, it is. It's Chad Gable.
No, it's not.
Hey, I'm not here to argue. Or am I?
It's not it.
I feel bad for Rey.
That is Christopher Daniels under that mask.
I feel so bad for Rey. I love that.
Wait, which Rey?
I know, right?
Both
of them. Thank you. And when Rey went down at SmackDown, my spirit knew that wasn't right.
Mine too.
That was so sad in that moment. It was so sad. I'm thankful that the other Rey, no, not the other Rey Fénix, because he is not the other Rey. I just feel bad that his WrestleMania moment wasn't really his WrestleMania moment. That sucked. I love the fact that him and his brother got to do it at the same time. That's great. But I just I wish you didn't have to go down like that.
Yeah.
I didn't want it to go down like that.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if they did it that way so that way Rey Mysterio can come back when he's healthy and ready and, you know, do a,
Yeah.
Chad Gable.
BC, hold up, time out. BC, he's a multiple-time world champion. How do you figure?
Sheamus was
Please
supposed
explain that,
to 100, but he
because Sheamus is a brutal guy.
Yeah, he absolutely is.
Please explain that.
I mean, we haven't seen him much as of, late, obviously, but I don't think I've never looked at Sheamus and not thought, ooh,
Sheamus is stiff. He's Irish. What do you expect?
yeah,
Think Finley. Hello?
yeah.
I really wanted him versus Finley in a match. That would have been my God. But I mean, when also
Exactly. Yeah. That's Finn Balor under that man.
all right. Y'all doing too much. No, we should have a pool. Figure out.
I'm telling you, it's Christopher Daniels.
After seeing the physique in person, it is definitely Chad Gable.
She said because of his ass.
The muscle listen, I don't know if people realize this. Chad Gable, those are them scoochie cutters, okay? And you could see muscular cheek. And he's very lean, but he's very muscular.
She said, is coochie cutters.
His muscle definition is really, for me, it sticks out, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's very specific. And
Bobby, that was Vince's fault, but go ahead, continue.
Yeah, no, I mean, the match itself, it wasn't a bad match, but it wasn't what it could have been, but it couldn't have been what it needed to be because it wasn't the right Ray.
Right.
And I say not the right Ray, just not because Ray Phoenix isn't good enough, but because it wasn't supposed to be for him.
It was supposed to be for Ray Ray.
It was supposed to be
for Ray Ray.
For Ray Ray.
Now I'm gonna tell y'all right now. When El Vikingo came out there, I really and truly hoped that this mark ass crowd
but they don't know.
was not going to chant "Who are you?" And I thank God that they didn't.
No,
because if they did, because if they did, I think I might have walked out of my seventh row seat. Okay.
Because I'd have been like
in absolute disgust. Okay, because the man they would have been chanting that to will soon be the man who has wrestled at AEW at AEW All In, WrestleMania, and Triple Mania,
and Bound for Glory.
Okay, and Bound for Glory and Battle of LA. So, and in case you didn't catch it, I just named just about every major event that happens on WrestleMania weekend.
Yep. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
That man was tired.
Yeah, he was tired.
Okay, tired, not tired. Tired.
So thank y'all for not being that much marks.
Yeah, thank you.
No, thank y'all for not being jackasses.
Yeah, for real. Because that'd have made me mad. It would have been very upsetting. It's disrespectful.
Who are you? Yeah, I'd have been gone. I'd have called everybody everything but a child of God.
Yeah. Where we at? What's next?
We at the main event of night one.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Main event.
The triple threat between Seth Rollins. I almost said Triple H.
Yeah, you said
Facebook.
Between Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, and CM Punk, who had in his corner Roman's wise man and his best friend, Paul Heyman.
You know, how do you feel about it? Oh, you want Uncle? Amazing.
This match was utterly amazing.
The emotions were there. I couldn't have asked for a better conclusion. Even though we knew what the end result was going to be, even though we knew that Paul was going to turn and end up with Seth,
Even
And
though I didn't want it to be.
and granted, I don't think that Seth Rollins needs a Paul Heyman.
No, he doesn't. That was the main reason I didn't want it to happen.
But I think for the story being told, I think it fits because everyone always talks about how everyone turned their back on Roman.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's turned their back on Roman.
Yeah.
But what do you think they've done to Paul? CM Punk, you left.
You left.
Roman,
you left him.
and left that man for dead with Solo and them boys. Paul was upset. Baby wasn't eating.
Nothing.
Eyes bloodshot. Sugar was probably high. Pressure was high. I'm just saying.
They ain't had no iron in his system
None.
at first.
And I think it's also a matter of Paul Heyman had to remind people that he was Paul Heyman.
Yeah.
I am Paul Heyman.
Yeah.
I am Paul Heyman.
I'm Paul.
Stop that.
I'm Paul Heyman.
Come on now.
Listen.
Right.
The match, like, okay.
That
Babe, I don't know if you caught it, but during CM Punk's entrance, like the first part, the video package,
Mm-hmm.
I teared up, yo. Like like I got emotional. Especially when they started playing this Fire Burns. I wanted him to come out to that song. But then I saw In Living Color on the stage. I said, "Oh, okay."
Yeah. No, yeah.
But listen, like if anyone has deserved a WrestleMania main event for a long time, and I mean prior to him leaving, and I don't care how you feel about the fact that he left. I know how I feel about I know how I feel about the fact that he left. Because if I was in a place that was literally fucking killing me, I would have fucking left too. Okay.
Oh, I feel my issue's not that he left. I'm just never been I'm not a fan of drama in life, right? I've never been a fan of wrestlers leaving and then bad mouthing, and then you come, hello.
That's how we feel.
And then you come on back. That was my issue with Punk. Now I'm not going to take away from his talent. Love the guy. I sing Cult of Personality too. That's something that I just have never been a fan of.
The reason why I kind of excuse it is because I take it I take it as the way that he explained it. The company he was talking about isn't the company now. You know what I'm saying? Like the company he was talking about back then isn't what the company has become. The company he was in back then is not a company he was proud to be working at, but the company he's in now, the WWE he's in now is a place that he can be proud to work at. And I don't know what happened to my guests here. They've gone dark. But hopefully we will get them back, get them back. He owed Rollins because Rollins was the only one that told him the truth. If you really check, Rollins was the only one that was real with him.
Yeah. So
Welcome back.
first, it told a story.
Mm-hmm.
Let's be for real on this. Not only did the match tell a story, but the way that Punk just put his whole entire wrestling career in one video package. That right there was goosebumps.
Mm.
But what makes it better was that you were there to see it.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all were there to see it. And then to hear his old theme song, Thug Tears, were everywhere.
Mm. It was a moment.
Me included. And I'm a piano player. So when you played it on the piano, I said, oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Mind y'all, this was my first ever time seeing CM Punk wrestle live. Like the last time,
W,
yeah,
and we went to
yeah,
the one
when
show,
he, yeah,
we
mm-hmm.
just talked. and got jumped.
He was cutting the promo and then got jumped by MJF. I mean, don't
Yeah,
get me wrong, it was an
yeah.
iconic moment
So it was
still,
definitely
but
it was a great moment.
but
Yeah,
like to be watching my first ever CM Punk match live, like yo,
yeah.
I got emotional a couple of times that night.
I got a few pictures of you being emotional secretly.
Yes, she did. I found out later.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But
Hold on,
overall though,
I
I
got it
mean,
like this for the comment.
I really appreciated. You know what else I also appreciated? I appreciated how even when it was over, the story was still in progress.
Yeah.
You could see the disappointment and devastation on Roman's face and his mannerisms. Punk was the last one to leave the ring. Roman left after Seth and Heyman, and it was just good.
Punk got what he wanted.
Yeah, he wanted a
Yep.
WrestleMania moment. He didn't say I needed
Yep.
to win it, man.
He didn't.
I just
That's
want to
true.
main event it.
He
He said,
wanted the
"I
main
live.
event
I
this shit.
got coke." Yeah, he got living. First of all, you got to live in color
Yep.
at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it was beautiful. It was
And-
great.
Yep.
Yeah, and they have not lost a beat.
No.
Nope.
No pun intended. You won, like, bruh, like you won, Punk.
Yeah.
You got what you wanted.
Yeah.
You, bruh.
And Paul Heyman on the McAfee show
Yo.
after ate.
Yo, y'all need to watch that.
Paul ate.
Paul ate that joke.
Okay.
He was from New York on that
And
joke.
Michael Cole, I love you because you held him accountable.
He was no bitch.
Now, granted, he didn't have a leg to stand on.
No.
And Paul made sure he knew that.
Yeah.
But he stood his ground for what he believed in.
Yep.
And I love the fact that he did not just back down because it's Paul Heyman. Michael Cole said, "Give me my flowers. I am a journalist."
There you go.
You know?
Paul Heyman was like, "Fuck him up, fuck." Oh.
No, it was just a great match all around. They did it.
Yeah, they did it.
They did it. They
I
really did it.
I don't know if y'all noticed, but we have a third.
Oh, I noticed. I saw.
Hey, brother.
I just said, "Fuck him, bitch."
Yeah, that's exactly the reason why he said, "Fuck motherfucker." That's why he said that.
That's what Paul Heyman did. He said, "Fuck him, motherfucker."
Now, Val, I totally agree with you on when someone leaves the company, talk smack, and then end up back in that company, but they almost killed him.
Mm-hmm.
I get
I
it.
would talk smack too. If I'm sitting there
They
busting my hump for
tried to
you and
kill
you're
him.
telling me, "Hey, it's
They
okay,
tried to kill him.
get back out there and bust your hump some more," but I'm dying. And
But
then
here's
you
my
gonna fire
thing.
me on the day of my wedding.
But then you went back. So hush.
Because
Because
it's a different, as your
but
hubby
like I
put it, not,
said, the company
it's a
he
different
left
company.
and was talking about is not the company he's in now.
That's
It's
fair.
a different place.
And
That's
he actually
fair.
did say, "I would like to think it would get better once," he implied Vince is gone, but it's only going to be left to his doofus son and idiot daughter. But lo and behold, it was better than what he
Idiot
thought. But that's
daughter
not my point. That's not what
married.
I'm talking.
And now
That's
they
not
have
my
a great
point.
relationship.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's not my point right now. I forgot what my point was. Y'all done touched on a whole bunch of stuff.
That's okay. But
Y'all
no,
were
I
talking
don't have
about the
anything to
match.
do with that.
No, because
I thought it was
that's peanuts compared to what we talk. Oh,
Yeah.
I got an
and I
idea.
love, Aaron pointed out it was really a good point when he had talked about when Paul turned on Punk, he was remorseful. You could see it on his face.
Yes,
But when he went and low blowed Roman, he didn't have that same reaction.
and he hit a whole
Nope.
Atari hand joystick move on his testicles.
He wanted every piece of the
hold
man.
up. Hold up.
Okay?
Sorry, I'm doing what you did.
Got
He
Now,
said
now,
testicles on
Paul.
Paul
testicles.
went like this. Hold on, he said Paul went like this. Now automatically
You
know
need to
that you need to go. You need to go.
got the glow, the glow to show. He put in the cheat code on Atari on this Joker. But hear me out. I got an idea real quick, guys. I'm not gonna take all your time. I want y'all to
Go
shine.
ahead. All right, bro. Go ahead.
What if, and I know it's not gonna happen. I know it's not gonna happen. What if this angle is about Paul Heyman for once in his WWE career,
What if
not being the side guy, the wise
Mr.
man.
Griffin?
Yo,
maybe?
who's that?
Well, eventually we'll know what is. Oh, it's us.
Mm-hmm.
Having
Oh,
trouble
snap.
connecting.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
I'm close to your router, or if you're on Wi-Fi.
Yeah,
Well,
it
that
could
means
be
the
me,
internet
but
should have
I'm
connected
gonna
too.
finish it, and then y'all can talk amongst yourselves.
No, go ahead, bro.
What if this is like the time where Paul Heyman finally says, "This is not about me being the side guy, the wise man, the counselor, whatever, the manager. I'm in control," and he set everything aside and says, "You listen to me now." And now, what if this ends up in a short, like long story short, it's Heyman versus The Rock for control of the company. I'm destroying you from the inside. Y'all took me down years ago and I played your game. Now, since everything's up for grabs and everybody can do what they want to, I'm doing what I want to. Heyman versus The Rock, not in a wrestling match, but you get me?
Right.
Two heads butting.
I like
Your
I
guy
I
versus
like it.
my
I
guy.
do like it. I
that.
do
Could be
like it.
definitely a good story.
Shit, I like it.
Will they do
But
it?
I think no, because I think the route that they will go, and the route I hope they go, is Heyman and Seth ultimately joining with Rock and Cena and unfortunately Travis Scott, which we'll get to. But
Why is Travis
but
Scott there?
we're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that. We finishing up the main event tonight one. We're about to get to night two.
Why is he there anyway? Why was he there before WrestleMania? Why is he there?
Listen, we're gonna get to. We're gonna get to.
Well, do we
We're
want
gonna
to go
get
ahead
to
and
it,
hop
please.
into night two?
Yes,
Let's
David.
do
Let's
it.
hop into night two.
Let's go.
Travis
Monday Night
Scott is
Raw.
as
All right.
useless as a condom in a lesbian orgy.
Oh my god.
My child is here.
He's
Oh my god.
I didn't cuss.
So let's
Yeah, I
go.
mean, true, he didn't. He
So we
didn't cuss.
started. We started night two with
Okay, so we ended night one with a triple threat,
yes,
and we started night
Started
two
night one with the
with a triple threat.
yes, yes.
So the triple threat in question was Io Sky defending the Women's World Championship against both Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley.
Mhm.
Let's take this one for a walk, folks.
Well, I enjoyed the match.
Yes.
Hope
Mm-hmm.
Rhea's okay.
Mm-hmm.
That was a tough ending.
That was horrific.
I truly think though it's time for Bianca to turn. I
Yes.
think we've gotten enough out of.
Drew is a fool.
Now that's the part of Drew McIntyre that I like. He's funny.
He's a dick.
But I think it's time for something new from her. I think that the boos that she received were definitely. I think the crowd is telling us what it's time for.
Do you think they're still gonna boo her tonight? Which I believe she's gonna be there.
I don't know. I really don't have an answer for that. But I don't think we can. We just said it 50 times. The WWE fan base is fickle.
Yeah.
They're fickle.
Very.
There's no way for us to really say about that, if they're going to continue. I think the WWE needs to lean into it.
You little fickle.
I think they need to lean into it for sure. I think that's necessary. Because I think there's a new story that needs to be told for Bianca and for Rhea. It's that neither one of them. I'm glad Io retained. I love the both of them. Again, the way I marked out for Bianca at SmackDown. I didn't care if I was the only person singing or not, baby. Every lyric, okay?
Yep. Every word.
I wore her shirt on the plane to get there. I just think it's time. And Rhea, my baby don't need it right now. She doesn't need it right now. She just doesn't. I think Io retaining was necessary, and I do like the way that they kept making her be. Now, hold on. I am the champion. We're not just gonna make this about the two of them.
No, Io Shirai, Io Sky was
You
like,
said it right.
oh yeah,
What's her name?
Io Shirai.
Hello.
The real. She said, I know Punk Beats. I know Punk Beats.
Yeah.
You Punk Beats.
Right.
Yeah.
What do you want? So
To go to sleep. That's what he want. He want to go to sleep.
Some water.
Just a little water.
Little water. I liked it. I thought it was a great match. I think the ending was what it needed to be because as much as I love Bianca, and you know how I feel about Rhea, I didn't need to see them as champions right now. I didn't think it was necessary currently. I don't think it's necessary currently. But I think this is a good opportunity to make some changes.
Yes.
Particularly for Bianca.
Yes.
And I think it also even helps people submit. Because here's the thing. No one dislikes Io.
Nobody dislikes Io.
They don't dislike her. I think this is a great opportunity for them to lean even more in to the love of her and how good she is. Because once again, look at her from her prior work before the WWE.
Exactly. She no Punk bitch.
Listen.
Woo, underground.
If Gunther says, if everyone says that Gunther has the hardest chop,
no,
and Gunther says Penta has the hardest chop,
and she took that,
and she took Penta shots multiple times.
Yeah.
Did I spill the water or did you? So I'm simply saying, it's time that people
respect.
This is what it's supposed to be for her. This is the way it should be. That's how I feel.
Okay, like, cause listen, I don't give it. So we was talking about top 5 matches that we have in our top 5. I know for a fact that match between the Black Lotus Triad and Pentagon Dark in Lucha Underground is in both of our top 5.
Listen, and I implore every single person that claims to be a wrestling fan, please go to YouTube and find it. Because
I will say it again.
Masterful.
Black Lotus Triad versus Pentagon Dark.
And that's triad, as in 3 different women. Women. Including Kyrie.
Yes, Kyrie was also there.
Kyrie was a part of the Black Lotus Triad.
I believe she was the first one he fought. I believe she was the first one he fought.
She was. And it's just, man, if people were ever sleeping on Io, ever, this solidifies in the WWE, don't. But that solidifies in the world of wrestling, don't. That's how I feel.
I agree.
People have to just open their eyes to this other talent. God, it makes me mad. These other promotions, there's so much more than just the WWE, y'all. And even though Lucha Underground is no longer with us, please go find it. Yeah, AAA. Please. Yeah. And hopefully Hunter, this is an opportunity for Hunter to be able to help show really what Lucha Libre is all about. Chance. So, next match.
You sure you want to talk about the next match?
You know what? I'm gonna go change my baby. But before I change my baby, let me just say this. Let me just say this. I have no love for Mr. McIntyre. Look at me when I tell you this, brother. I don't give a good damn about
my stomach hurt.
But I love you.
My stomach hurt.
And you ain't going nowhere tonight. You staying in my house. He just don't do it for me, y'all. He just doesn't do it for me. And here's what's wild, right? I've been very vocal on the fact that Damian Priest in NXT didn't do it for me.
At
Damian Priest
all.
on the main roster, I'm very much so am a fan of. So for me, having to watch someone I didn't care for, but now care for, and someone that I don't care for, that doesn't mean there isn't hope for Drew McIntyre. I was able to fall into a wonderful wrestling healthy relationship with Damian Priest. Maybe that'll happen with Drew McIntyre.
You said that with no
Maybe.
confidence at all. None.
She said, notice the smooth walk off before
Notice
she
the whole
finished the
smooth walk
sentence.
off.
Okay, like notice, like yo, her hatred for Drew McIntyre is one of the funniest things to me. Oh my god, I love it so much. Anyway, Stu, what did you think of the street fight?
It was all right, bro. I mean, I went to sleep on it, but it was all right though.
You did go to sleep on.
That kind of match.
Oh my god. I
It
mean,
was
it was good. It was a good match for what it was and what it was supposed to be. It was what it was supposed to be, you know. But
mm,
mm, yeah, it's just funny. It's hilarious. Drew McIntyre won. He defeated Damian Priest. I guess you could say the right person won because like him or not, Drew McIntyre has been on an amazing run this year.
absolutely,
Well,
but you know, some
well,
of us don't like them.
last year actually, but yeah. Oh shit! I really ain't got shit else to say about this match.
We don't. I don't either. Next,
Was it AJ and Logan?
Let me ask you this question. What is it about that match that makes y'all not have a lot to say?
I hope that baby poop on
Answer the question.
you. Let's move on. Let's move on.
Point through.
Go on in and wipe that baby.
Tell me what.
Oh my god! This is
No, I think it's not. No,
I need like 8 more people to be here to witness this. Like this is funny. Anyway,
they don't need to be here.
all
They don't need to be here.
right.
Those
So
that here will be here.
up next
No,
was I believe AJ and Logan, wasn't it?
yeah.
Yes. Folks.
Let me tell
This
you.
this
So
this
we can have this
this is
conversation.
another wait, hold on. This is another like him or hate him situation.
Yep. Yep. I could talk about this. Say what you want about Logan Paul.
And you're probably right.
Him is dedicated.
And no, actually in everything you're saying, you are right.
Yeah. That boy dedicated. Whether you like it or not, that boy dedicated. He even though his brother got his ass whooped by what his name? Mike Tyson. But yeah, Logan Paul, I will give flowers. I
I
will
think
give
it's funny that as soon as you started talking good about Logan Paul, we lost the one viewer we had.
right. They'll be all right. They'll be okay. So I just feel that
Oh, they're back.
Logan actually really said, all right, bro. I've said I'm full time. I'm about it. Say what you want. He's a heel in real life. He's a heel in whatever. But I tell you this though, he meant what he said. And that ninja said, I'm going to do this full time. And guess what? Guess what he's doing full time?
Stu, I think
A whole
Stu,
WWE.
Stu, Stu, I think you was asleep when Mel came out and told us this. You notice anything about the tights Logan Paul was wearing?
He wasn't the one. Hold on. He wasn't the one that thought of it. It was me.
But okay.
But when you
But
this
okay,
is how you know.
now,
This is how
now,
you know
now, now, now,
he's
hold, wait, now, hold on. Let me explain it because I know Val won't
Oh,
have
I
gotten
got
it.
it.
no.
Oh,
I
you
explained it
did?
to her.
I got it.
You got it?
I explained it to her, and she really
All right.
she
Well,
really
fuck
sat
it.
in that big old ring in the living room and was like if you're a real wrestling fan, you'll stay
Yeah.
woke, because at the end of the day, you see his gear, you see his trunks, toothless aggression. I ain't saying nothing else.
And it
I
makes
mean,
sense.
I already mentioned them before, but yeah, Logan Paul's tights were
But just like Val said, it makes sense because of who Logan
Yeah,
Paul
for
is.
who he is, it makes total
A
sense.
whole bastard.
quite interesting.
Oh God.
Like they were quite the deal, my friends. They were quite the deal.
But no, I concur with my brother and my husband. Say what you want about Logan Paul. He may not be the greatest person or make the best choices or statements, but that man can wrestle.
Yeah. That man.
Like okay, our brother Ian was watching the match with us. Absolutely hates Logan Paul. And like he was openly getting offended with how good he was doing. Like when he had never seen Logan Paul do the buckshot lariat. When he saw the buckshot lariat
Oh,
last
yeah.
night,
He was like,
he almost walked out the room.
But
He
you know
almost
what though?
walked out the fucking room. And I'm saying that to say that that's a testament to how good he is,
Yes.
but how much people hate. Like people are offended that you're this good.
offended is crazy.
But
yes.
offended is accurate.
Yeah, but it's right.
It is. Yeah.
It's the only word I can use.
Absolutely.
Like people are offended you're this good.
Yeah. And I think for Logan Paul, that's who he needs to be
Yes.
in the ring.
Yes.
As a WWE talent, I think that's what he needs to be. Because you're
No,
always going to
yeah,
have
yep.
someone that you can put up against him to combat it. Always. There's always going to be someone that is it's very much so the not David and Goliath, but it's very much so good versus evil type deal. You're always going to have that face
always
that we have in AJ Styles currently that is going to come at or combat someone like Logan Paul because he's just ugh. But you can't deny the talent. That's it.
Folks, I'm gonna say the thing no one wants me to say, and the three people that are here are probably gonna lose too, but I have to say it. And I said it in the car earlier. Y'all know Logan Paul's gonna be WWE champion one day, right?
Yeah. And I'm not mad. Hate it if you want.
hate it if you
Like
want.
it's it's gonna happen.
It is. It's in the contract.
And he's
But it's
probably
also
gonna
going to
beat
make for
and
a great story.
he probably gonna beat your favorite wrestler to do it.
Who favorite wrestler?
Whoever that may be.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I'm just saying he probably gonna beat your favorite wrestler to do it.
Yo, you know what? Let's finish this card because I just had a
Wait, real quick, because there's one thing hanging around this match that we haven't talked about, and that's Karrion Kross.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all Val. Go ahead.
Okay. I feel real bad for Karrion Kross, right?
Go ahead.
Because one, I don't know if anybody had the opportunity to watch what he had to say after. Karrion Kross is from Las Vegas. Born.
I wish I could play it. I wish I could play the shit.
Right? Now, it kind of ties into the Randy match in a sense. Maybe we should wait a little bit.
Yeah, let's wait.
Let's wait.
Well, the Randy match is next, so.
Okay, so let's tie it in. Okay, so here's the thing. I totally get the need and want for WrestleMania moments, right? I get it. I understand you want clickbait. I understand that we want pops. I get it. But did anybody notice, though, the pop that Karrion did get when he came out to help AJ?
Yep.
Now, just imagine had they given that hometown hero that same opportunity that they gave Joe Hendry. How much bigger could that pop have been? And you want to tell me that that wouldn't have given a WrestleMania moment? I get it. I love Joe Hendry. I do. We all do.
Yep.
Right? We all do.
Yep.
But Karrion Kross, that is a talented man. And they've done him wrong.
So,
But, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, because we're going to talk about the crash out.
But that crash out, if done right, does play in to the way night 2 ended. Yeah. Because if John Cena is determined to ruin wrestling, what better way to do it than a talent who has been underappreciated, used in the wrong ways, than to crash out and pull back the ugly part of that curtain? If that's the way we're going with it, with what John Cena is trying to do, this would tie into it swimmingly. Because John Cena crashed out. Crashed out against the fans. And if we're really trying to do this, this could be a way to tie that together. That man told the truth.
I got it right here.
Whether people like it or not, he told the truth. Give a little bit.
Play it loud enough so we can hear it.
We're gonna read it. We're gonna read it. End quote.
Let's talk about how amazing it is that Logan Paul won and what it represents. The shortcut. It feels so good to be here, so good to be in the business, thinking about all the funerals I haven't been able to attend in the last 11 years, all the parties I've missed. You know, I could have made a YouTube channel and been in there with AJ Styles. That feels great, doesn't it? Scarlett and I have 25 years of combined experience. Scarlett fine as hell. And what do we get at WrestleMania? They know, because they're normal human beings and they really love wrestling. But apparently that doesn't mean anything anymore. All I asked of Alan, if you don't know, AJ Styles, for once was to not just think of himself, to think of everyone behind the scenes. And the wrestling fans, that's all I wanted him to do. Sometimes to do the right thing, you have to do the wrong thing. But he's a narcissist. He had to do it his way. Hey, Alan, how many WrestleManias do you have left? Maybe one? Maybe that was the last one, and you wasted it on what? Doing it your way? Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it. Want to know the best advice I've ever been given? This was from Bill Goldberg in 2021.
Right.
When he was in the dimension unknown fighting for gasoline. He said she reminded him a lot of himself. I thought we had talked different styles, but I thanked him for the advice. He told me just be a good soldier. But being a good soldier gets you nowhere in WWE. It takes you off the map. Gets you pulled from a show in your own hometown where you got your start in wrestling. It's all about viral moments now. Everyone tells me I have to become indispensable. And as soon as that happens, they ignore it, suppress it, powder. Now, that was one of the that was one of them.
One of two crash outs.
One of two crash outs. This is the second crash out. Merciful Father. All right. Jesus H. Christ. Hold on. Where is it? There it is. No. Thanks, but I appreciate it, Bill Goldberg. No. All right. Damn. I have never asked to wrestle Randy Orton. I never asked. That happened organically. And you ignored it for a viral moment. And good on Joe Hendry. Nothing against him, but you ignored it. And the crowd told you exactly how you felt about me on SmackDown when I was eliminated. And you ignored it. That's a name I ain't seen in a while. Become undeniable? My ass. My ass. You want a viral moment? On behalf of all the true fans of professional wrestling, guy with the suit and tie in the truck, go fuck yourself. That's from Killer Cross.
Not carrying. Killer Cross.
Killer Cross. Not carrying, but killer.
I feel for him. I do. And it's not to take anything away from Joe Hendry because he's Joe Hendry, right?
Yes.
We get that. But I given the pop that Karrion got when he showed up to help AJ, that it would have been even greater had his music hit. It's his hometown. town. Give the man an opportunity. And it's not like he
Yeah.
can't wrestle. It's not like he's not good on the mic. It's not like he's not a big sweaty man. So what's the problem?
He grew his hair for the business.
What's the problem, y'all?
He was amazing in NXT.
Come on. Absolutely. His run as NXT champion.
Oh my God.
You,
Him with
okay.
Samoa Joe.
Come
You
on.
want to know what's the one thing that torpedoed him in NXT?
What's
That promo where Adam Cole basically dressed down his whole shit. Because he's standing there as NXT champion, and Adam Cole basically went out there and told him there's nothing special about him, and dressed down every ounce of his character, and then punctuated up all of it with, they do all that to make you feel special, and to make me feel special, all they do is ring the damn bell. That hurt him a lot. He had to fight out of that. And now that he finally has fought out of that, and all the other bullshit that Valda McMahon fucking forced on him, that fucking Spartan helmet. Okay?
Unnecessary.
And so like, the man lost to Jeff Hardy in 2 minutes in his debut, and he was still NXT fucking champion.
It was Jeff Hardy though.
Okay? So the fact that he fought out of all of that, for him to not get that spot in his hometown, that's a ball drop, Triple H.
It is.
That's a ball drop, dog.
I think I would really like to hear different perspectives on why other fans don't think that he's got it. Because I think he's got it. I'm just one person, though. I'm just one fan.
I've been saying it for a long time. I don't want to give up on Karrion Kross the way I've been made to give up on Shinsuke Nakamura.
Oof.
I don't want to give up on Karrion Kross the way I've been made to give up on Finn Balor. And if they don't fix the shit, that's what's going to happen.
I'll just say there's a reason why a lot of the folk from NXT didn't want to come over to the main.
Of course.
And Undisputed Era, they said, "Nah, I ain't doing that." You know what I mean? Trump didn't want to do it. And I get it.
Ciampa at one point said, if they call me up to the main roster, I'm going to retire.
And he ain't been the same Ciampa since. Just saying. Next match.
Randy Orton versus his mystery opponent.
Here's what I love about Randall. What I love about Randall.
Randall Keith.
I love about Randall, and yes, I call him Randall. Because this was Randall, right?
Yep.
What I love about Randall was the fact that he was for it. He was for it. I loved his reaction when Joe's music hit. I loved it. I loved his reaction at the end. But both reactions. I love the "let me raise your hand" and I love the RKO after. Me personally, I feel like
he got to be Randy. He got to be him.
He has to be Randy. But I feel like that second RKO was the real show of respect.
Yeah.
I cared enough about you, this moment, and who you are as an athlete.
He did the Stone Cold.
Yes. That's how I shake your hand. Not
only the second RKO, but the stealing of the taunt afterwards.
Yeah.
The stealing of the Joe Hendry turnaround and with the Orton pose. Like,
that was good.
That was another side of respect.
Yes. Randall was the one that said, "All right, let's do it," and raised his hand. But Randy was the one that hit him with the RKO after the fact. And the turnaround.
Let me point out something that I know everybody noticed. The color of the tights. That was
Overdrive tights.
those were the colors of his debut short haircut with the fucking bangs in the front, Randy Orton gear. Okay, so I'm not even gonna lie, it's the worst move in professional wrestling. I would have popped out of my seat if he had hit an overdrive during this match. Okay, I guarantee you that. I would have popped out of my chair if Randy Orton hit the overdrive during this match at any point.
It was a good match.
Yeah.
It was
It was what it
short, but
needed
it
to be.
was good for what it was. It was good
Yep.
for what it needed to be.
Yep. It was good for what it and all of the it was one of those matches for me where everything else surrounding it meant that it didn't need to be anything more than what it was. And it was still good because of all that stuff.
Yeah.
That right there that Billy D just said. That's another thing about the Karrion Cross thing. They took his whole
Yes,
like
they did.
they
Yeah.
fired his whole group except for him and Scarlett.
Yeah. Mm.
Mm.
Tell me you don't want me to hear that. Tell me
Without telling me you don't want to be here. How did you get there? Bitch, I took the bus.
Next match. What's our next match, Aaron? Duval.
I feel that. I got to get out.
What's the next match, brother? Because Beast is having some technical
We talked about the
issues.
oh wait, the one
Okay,
that we
bet. I'm still there.
there it is. Because
Can
Raw
y'all
coming
can
in.
y'all hear me?
Raw comes in 25 minutes.
Yep, we got
Okay, bet. Okay, bet. I can hear you.
All good.
Sorry. Sorry, mama. My mom was
No worries.
We know about the mama.
We're on to our next match. What we got?
So next match was, I think. Oh yeah, no. We already talked about it because the next match was Logan Paul and AJ Styles because that was the match before the main event. So the only match left is the main
No,
event.
we didn't talk about the women's tag.
We ain't talk, no, we ain't supposed to. We ain't talk about mine.
Oh wait, we can't. Okay, yeah, let's go. Let's go ahead.
So here's my thing. I'm gonna say it quick because we did touch on it.
Yeah.
Lyra, I don't have a problem with her. I think she's boring though, as a champion currently. If the goal was for Becky to eventually come back and take it off of her, we could have done it like what I'm about to say, as opposed to what they did. Because once again, what they did, I don't care for it. I don't understand why it had to be Becky. All them talented women in the back. Bailey, because I do believe the injury was kayfabe.
It is, and I also heard that this was the plan all along. But go ahead.
So I just feel like, for me personally, what they could have done if they really wanted her to take it off of Lyra, because I get it, the NXT Women's title had a really hard time. Becky came in, did her thing, and revamped. I don't have a problem with them wanting Becky to revamp, but I have a problem with y'all taking a potential WrestleMania moment away from one of those many talented women in the back and giving it to Becky Lynch just like that. That's my issue. What you could have done was had it either be Bailey or somebody else from the back. Becky comes down like she's going to go to commentary and support the match. She's already wearing all black. My brother said it.
Yeah.
Have her come out and
Yeah.
cause Bailey or whomever and Lyra to lose. And come out Monday night, tonight, and explain why.
Yeah.
And then we have a back and forth for a month to 2 months with her and Lyra, and then she takes it off Lyra. We could have done that. Why on God's green did we think that we needed Lyra to be a champion of 2 at the same time?
Lyra 2
when she's not even doing well
with one.
And she's the inaugural. No. Don't support it. Ain't got nothing else to say. The baby concurs.
The baby concurs. Don't even know what that means. Next.
All right, wait. Before we go next, because it was already said about Lyra being boring. So I have to say the funniest thing I've heard.
Go with it.
I heard one of our friends in our EFED circle didn't just say Lyra was boring.
What'd they say?
He called the woman Unisom.
Woo! Woo!
Lord, this boy. Oh my God, this boy.
And you know the thing is, and I go back to NXT UK often. She was great.
She was.
And her debut in NXT UK was very much so awaited.
But it was like the main roster, they just watered them down.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know why.
I don't know why either.
I don't get it. Because she's not a bad talent.
That was the second thing I heard that week that made me melt in the chair I was sitting in. The second was Cody Rhodes telling John Cena that he was paler than Sting at Starrcade '97.
That ain't never gonna be the yeah.
But no, I just really feel like Lyra shouldn't have been the inaugural champion. I don't think she was strong enough to do it, and she's proving that, unfortunately. Now we done put
should have been Dakota. Should have been Dakota.
Should have been.
Got you, sis.
Should have been Dakota.
Just saying.
We got you.
Yep, we can move on.
Yep. We can move on to the main event.
Main event time. Main event time, folks.
The positives.
Okay.
Love John's entrance.
Yes.
Appropriate.
Yep.
Appropriate.
Yep. Always.
Loved his reaction to the announcer.
Mm-hmm.
If you watched it, it was minuscule, but he very much so gave baby girl. You know what I'm saying? Very much so gave her that. And then you looked at Cody's, the way he gave her the positivity, right? So already the story is right there. And it's in at the press conference they mentioned to John about him not smiling anymore.
Yep.
And his scowl feels so legit. I'm for heel Cena, and here's why. I don't like John Cena, y'all. I've never liked John Cena. Never. But now I'll buy a shirt. That's how I feel. I like him heel. I do.
Let me explain to y'all how big that is. We once had a predictions thing back when WWE was terrible and we just had to make it fun for ourselves. We once had a predictions thing for a pay-per-view where if she lost, her punishment was she had to listen to John Cena's entire album.
I'm so sorry.
And we was go and hold up and not only that. And not only that, I picked a time where she had nothing to do but sit there and listen because I waited till we was on a road trip to Tampa, and I just played it.
You are an evil man.
Yeah. Yeah. But no, not a Cena fan. Never have been.
Never will.
Never will. Now I like this Cena. I like this Cena. So that's a positive for me. The intro was a positive. Even the fact that he won, I'm cool. I'm not. I didn't. Cody. I love Cody Rhodes. You know that. But I think that it was time. And if that's the story we're going to tell about John Cena ruining wrestling, okay.
All right.
But my issue as if I'm going to make myself just an average fan, WrestleMania 40's night 2 main event was insanity.
Yeah.
It was maddening. It was just crazy good, right? This felt like a letdown compared to that. And for me, I feel as though in any situation,
felt like a letdown compared to night 1.
Right, compared to night 1. I feel like in any situation, you should always want to one up what you've done in the prior. And that's in life.
Yeah.
I feel like that's growth. And I don't feel like we grew.
No.
That's all I got to say. Anybody else?
My one problem.
Not one, but me being
my one problem.
Okay. The one problem.
Travis Scott.
I mean, that's everybody's problem. If you want to be technical, that's
now, don't get me wrong. I don't have a problem with him being involved for the simple fact of what happened at Elimination Chamber. And if y'all saw the crossroads that Cody gave Travis Scott,
He spiked that mother.
that he planted him.
He was like, receive.
Okay,
You got
like
you.
Right.
nigga Travis Scott's nose hit the canvas. Okay,
Yeah. Yeah. That.
like
Oh.
he
I
like he
didn't have
planted that boy.
my
But
issue wasn't that he
for
was
him
there.
for
It
him
was just
to
that
for
it was
him to
late.
take that long walking down the ring,
He did
Cody
understand
had
his
that
entrance because
that
he
that
knew he
meant
was like,
that meant
about to get my
that
head.
meant Cody had to sell for that entire time. John Cena was sitting there looking like smiling like a friggin' goof while he sauntered down the damn aisle friggin' leisurely like he's taking a stroll
Taking a
in
stroke.
in fucking Central Park. Like
And he
like
knows well.
I said every time the camera cut back to John Cena smiling, I said, that's a meme. That's a meme.
That's a that's a
That's
meme.
that's another meme.
That's a big ass meme.
Like yeah, I'm like, this man took 8 years to come down to the ring for what?
I just think that it, I don't know if I want to say it was necessarily lazy. I just feel like there wasn't any care behind it. And again, I understand I'm
And
ruining
if The
wrestling.
Rock
I
wasn't gonna
understand.
be involved, why have this whole story of the selling the soul and the this and the that?
Yeah.
Why?
It feels disjointed. Or it feels disjointed. Like it wasn't, I don't know if it feels it wasn't thought through enough. It's, I don't know. It didn't land the way I would have preferred. But I'm one person. So
Like, okay,
but I feel like people feel
the
the same.
original plan was for John Cena to turn heel at WrestleMania. But then The Rock stepped in and wanted to do this selling the soul bullshit. If you knew you wasn't gonna be around
Yeah.
Yeah.
for WrestleMania for the payoff, why?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Because it's like you're the one who initiated it and you're the rock, bottom line. Okay? You're the rock. If you're going to be the one to initiate everything, you should be there to see it through.
Mm-hmm.
And if you weren't going to be there, record the shit.
Yeah.
Or
Do
other brother.
something.
No, say
Do
that. Record it.
something.
Do something. I just did it just didn't hit. And for real, I would have been upset
I would
had
have
I
too.
been
I
there
would have too.
for that. I would have been upset. That is not, I would not have wanted to be a fan walking out of night two with that as my final. It kind of goes back to like auditioning, right?
Yeah.
The auditioners are always going to remember the first audition. Well, excuse me, the producers are always going to remember the first audition
Bingo.
and the last audition. Those, the people in between, you're going to have to really, really do something, right?
You gotta
To
be
be memorable. For that to be the final thing we saw. Now, granted, it's what we're talking about right now because we're pissed.
Yeah, no, definitely.
But we're not talking about it because we cared for it, because it was so wonderful. We're talking about it because we're pissed.
Mm-hmm.
But if we're going to talk about the wrestling, I'm not mad at Cena's wrestling last night.
Not at all. Because folks, listen, John Cena. For me, I will say for me because I ain't gonna speak for everybody. For me, last night, John Cena beat the "you can't wrestle" allegations. Okay,
Because the
I
big
saw that
boot.
man. I saw that man throw a big boot. I seen that man slow down the five moves of doom and make them actually look menacing. I saw that man do a freaking tornado DDT.
Still scared.
Okay,
We also have to ask
John
the question.
Felix Anthony Cena in the year of our Lord 2000, the big 2025, did a tornado DDT.
The big question is, though, could he have done all that with someone other than Cody?
Yes,
You think?
I think so.
You don't think it being Cody
No,
and the way they worked together had anything to do with
because
it?
with the heel persona that he's doing, I think that he
Let
could do
me
it
let
without
me
just.
address let me address how Cody looked. Cody Rhodes ended this match looking like a fucking dork.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay? And utter, complete freaking goof.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I don't know if he's going to be on Raw tonight, but if he's not on Raw, oh shit, it's about to come on.
Yeah.
I just got the notification from Netflix on my phone.
So the
But
question to
yeah,
leave everyone with
There
then
you go.
yeah.
could be, was it on?
Like, well, real quick. Let me finish this point real quick. I don't know if he's gonna be on Raw tonight. I don't know but if he's not, then he's definitely gonna be on SmackDown. Wherever he is, I know when he comes out, he's going to get booed. The thing I need him to the thing I need him to say is I deserve it,
Mm.
because you literally, like John Cena told you to your face, I was there. He told you to your face, you're going to have to do whatever it takes to keep that title,
And you didn't,
because I'm going to do whatever it takes to take it from you.
which is something we've never seen of John Cena.
Nope.
This is the first time
Exactly.
we've ever seen it. And because we've watched him have that good and bad battle with Bray Wyatt, right?
Hmm.
We watched him with that chair that night,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
We saw it. This was the time when he said, "All right, now I'm doing it." This should have been that time when Cody said, "If I really believe in everything these fans want of me, if I really believe in me being the holder of this prestigious title, if I believe that I am the American Nightmare, you should have done everything you could have."
Yeah.
I do believe that the ending, absolutely, and not because he took the pin, but it did make him look weak at the end because he didn't do everything he could have. It goes right back to that high road conversation.
And now we believe in Joe Hendry.
And now we believe in Joe Hendry.
I'm telling, like, folks, I'm like, I need Cody to come out whatever night, eat them booze because you've earned them.
Nah, definitely keep them booze.
Eat them booze
Mm.
and say, I deserve it. Y'all
Yeah.
are right.
Yeah.
And then go on to say exactly how you plan to rectify this shit and turn this shit around and get them back on your side. Because
And
I literally watched you do it.
he should started with, "I know what you want to talk about."
Right.
Yep. Yep.
So I know what we're gonna talk about.
Right. Yeah.
We know.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah. Sorry. But yeah, I mean, we give, so what overall, what do we give it? What do we give it? I give it a 7.
I'll give it a 7.5. No.
No, I give it a
I'll
7.
go 8.
Becky.
I'll go 8.
Ah, notification.
Here's why I'll give it a 7.82.
8.2.
Because I was there for night 1 and it hit me here.
Mhm.
That's why I can give it a little bit higher.
Yep.
Because of the atmosphere.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Night
Overall, I'm giving both. Yeah, that's also why I personally can give it an 8.
Yeah. New Day, no thank you.
No.
Charlotte, no thank you. Becky, nah, not that way. Ending of it, absolutely not that way. But those are and of course, the Ray not being the right Ray in the moment, but we can't help that part.
We got a Ray at least.
But we got a Ray. Yeah, we didn't talk about Dom.
Holy shit!
You know what? Let me say this. We have
How did I forget that?
So we have a few minutes, so we can do a little rapid
Yeah.
fire.
Okay. Yeah. Real quick.
So I'll say this. Dominic, about fucking time.
Hell yeah.
And I can speak for each and every one of us. Dominic,
Yes.
about fucking time.
Yes.
You deserved it.
Yes.
The crowd
right winner, right way.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right way.
Everything.
He pinned Finn.
Yes.
He pinned
Yes.
Finn.
That's what I mean by right way.
It sets us up because my rapid fire in this moment, he has to go face. Here's why.
Mm-hmm.
The crowd's reaction to Dominic winning, Dominic's reaction to the crowd's reaction, and the crowd's reaction to Dominic reacting to the crowd solidifies. And then him pinning Finn sets up even more for Finn to say F you,
Mm-hmm.
and the Judgment Day needs to be done anyways.
Yeah.
It's been done to death. I'm tired.
You tired?
Not tired. I'm tired.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And
Tad.
this is the opportunity for Dominic Mysterio
Absolutely.
to truly be
Dominic Mysterio.
Dominic Mysterio. Done.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I agree
Boy.
with everything you said.
Love Penta,
Late.
but it wasn't the time.
It was not the
It
time.
was
Yeah.
Dominic.
True Dominic's time.
Yeah.
Now, can we get a Dominic versus Penta match?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Please.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No,
Give me
get it
that.
tonight. Give it to me
it
right now.
Hey, Dominic and Penta, hook it right here. Put it right.
Yeah.
Right there. Right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Give it to me right now.
Where is my belt to tie it off? All right. On that note,
Yeah, the baby looking.
you want to end it off, love? Get to Raw?
Yes, indeed. I will. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been
I'm coming.
the WrestleMania Night 1 and Night 2 review edition of the Over the Barricade podcast. We have some changes that we are discussing in the background. I will let you know of them when they are solidified. Yeah, so we'll talk about that more once that gets all squared away. Go ahead, go enjoy Raw. Thank you for joining us on another edition of Over the Barricade Weekly Wrestling Review Podcast. This is yours. Wait, that was my lovely wife, Val, known as the Queen Alexia Payne in some circles. This is our boy, our brother, Big Stu Heyman, and I, of course, am your regular host. You can call me Beast. You can call me Beast Mode. You can call me Rose. You can call me Rose Mode. You can call me Rose Gold if you are so inclined. But whatever you call me, remember to make sure that you say I'm your mama's favorite wrestling reviewer on this here internet. Ask her. She'll tell you. Search your feelings. You know it to be true. For the rest of the Family Meeting podcast, as we always say, and I promise y'all I am getting a gavel, meeting adjourned. Now, chill out. Let me find the outro. There it is.
I was worried about my cousin.
It's facts that. Stop playing my cousin. Act like you know he lying. He's telling the truth. Stop playing him, yo.
You're like, we're not done.
Hold up. Wait. Is this our equivalent to Triple H putting up the graphic at the bottom?
Yes. Exactly what this is.
Mill Dorothy, I'm Blanche, and show.
This is Rose, you dummy.
Listen, I ain't
Why
wrong.
you stupid? What?
Real quick, all in like 5 seconds, and all it takes is this. You asked the question, I gave you an answer, sir.
First of all, I ain't want to see your nipple. Come on, man.
Okay. Listen.
Come on, man. We gonna get canceled. We don't play that.
They can talk shit. Who cares? Hey, I'm the king of controversy for a reason. As long as they talking, you put me in the rooms I need. Because the genuine people and the people